Welcome to the Michiana Business Podcast, where we put local legends and businesses in the spotlight for everyone in our area to see. If you love small businesses and success stories, then you're in the right place. You're listening to the Michiana Business Podcast with your friends, hosts, and owners of industrial office cleaning right here in Michiana, Caitlin and Alonzo Perdomo.
Okay, guys, here we are again with another great episode in Michiana Podcast. Don't forget, if you need your office cleaning or disinfected, don't forget to contact Industrial Office Cleaning. Is the one that sponsors the show. So we have Gerardo Sosa. Is a really great person to have in your team, and I would totally highly recommend it. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, buddy? What you do and where you are located, and how do you help people?
Hi there. My name is Gerardo Sosa. I'm 34 years old. I'm currently working as a virtual assistant. I know the term is quite vague, but I help companies with a lot of different things depending on what they are needing in their company at this point. So I'm the person. I live in El Salvador, and I've been working in this virtual assistant for about 4 years and a half. So my story begins working in the second largest call center in the world, which is Convergys. I used to work for this company for about 13 years, in which I learned a lot of things about different areas that gave me the opportunity, with everything I learned, to work for smaller companies that were looking for somebody that will share his experiences working with largest companies. So here I am.
There you go, guys. If you need that kind of assistance, here it is for you. He can help you a lot. He has a lot of experience behind, and he's really hungry to continue helping people and make your company more successful and help you to achieve your goals and dreams. So, and so far, that time that you have this kind of experience, what is the struggles you see businesses struggling, and how you kind of solve the issue for them, Gerardo?
Yeah, absolutely. So most of the businesses, I would say the most struggle I have seen is entrepreneurs trying to grow their business, and it does require a lot of skills, and it's very difficult for an entrepreneur to grow a business when there is so many things they have to do. I mean, they can't only focus on one thing. They tend to need to manage so many different areas. For probably they don't have the proper expertise. Probably they do, but it's taken way too much time to get things done. And for that reason, having a virtual assistant is probably the best alternative, because they get to focus on what really matters: growing the business, getting clients, reducing costs, or just trying to increase that revenue. But at the same time, they need somebody to help them, keep the business running, because that's what pays the bills, right?
Yes, sir. That's true. So, and for other people that are not familiar still with the position that you offer, can you tell us a little bit what does that mean, virtual assistants? What is that?
Exactly. What I mean by virtual assistant will be, just like I'm saying, it could be a variety of things. Just trying to pinpoint a few. Probably you're going to need somebody helping you with your reporting. Probably you have a database with the software you're working with. But you need help understanding, how to read the numbers that are coming out of that software. I can do that. I have a lot of experience doing it. Doing online research, data analysis, which is very important. Sometimes you need to know how to do some quality audits for the work you're doing. That's also something I can do. I can make recommendations, or I can do the evaluations myself, depending on on the type of job you guys are doing, and that will be probably the most simple tasks. But there are some other tasks that are very, very complex. It's not just a matter of doing one task. Just give an example: call center supervising. I've done that for about 13 years. Workforce management, that I have a lot of experience as well. So with workforce management, I will mean schedule management, making sure people are punching in and out on time, scheduling vacations, which is very important. So that's pretty much, forecasting the amount of people you're going to have in a specific point, so you can make the proper decisions. Ideally, for you not to overspend your resources, your money on people you don't need, because that's really easy. I mean, you can just overstaff your business, and that way you're not going to fail. But at the same time, that's gonna make your money leak. It's not going to stay in your hands. It's going to go somewhere. So that wouldn't work for a business. That's something I also have a lot of experience with. I also have been working with a more generic work, which is project management. I have like it's 4 years of experience doing project management, which is really great. I mean, by that I mean, if you need to take your business from point A to point V, I'm the type of person that can help you with it.
Wow, it seems like a lot of stuff to me. Just my head is spinning around with all the
Mhm.
saying, because believe it or not, like entrepreneurs, they try to manage every single thing, but that keeps holding you to really focus in what you really need to do. Like you need to focus, like Gerardo said, you need to focus on how to bring more revenue and how to make sure you have the right people working for you. And then like Gerardo can take over all the other stuff. You don't really need to focus if you trust Gerardo to continue do the right things and focus and trust him. And that takes a lot of pressure for you, so you can really focus where you want to go invest your time. That's going to make you more money. So it's very important to have people like Gerardo and your team. I recommend it a lot, because we've been doing this for a little while, and it's been such a marvelous job. It's lots of stress, and I can really focus where I need to bring other things aboard. With that said, Gerardo, what do you mean by can you explain to us a little bit more about, like let's say you macros are looking over 100 people in their team. You have to keep a track all the hours, all that stuff. Can you break it down a little bit for me, because I'm not that smart? You are the man. Can you break it down for me?
Yeah, well, what I mean by that is that, for example, we nowadays we have technology, which is a great deal. You might be wondering, how is it possible that somebody in El Salvador, and as a matter of fact, I have heard that a lot. How is it possible that you're in El Salvador and you're the person reaching out to me? How comes you are able to control something that is happening in the States? And it goes pretty simple, actually, because considering technology nowadays, I mean, we have different ways. For example, this call is done through technology, and we can have that communication one-on-one. And the same way it can go with so many people. We can have so many people working in the same room and discussing what needs to be done in the business. So that's a great thing. Also, we have a lot of software working on the cloud that allows us to work simultaneously on different tasks. So if for example, project management, if you're doing something, if you upload in the system, if you say in the system that you have done a task, then I will know immediately. So that way I can follow up and make sure the business is going the right way. We have communications, we have chat. So that's what I do. We tend to use software, we input information, and I'm able to get that information live and making, again, data analysis, reporting, and that way I can provide feedback on what I have seen. I can listen to recordings, for example, if you want me to get the quality, rate the quality of a person probably in a call center. I can just listen to the call, and I can put everything on file, and I can do an evaluation of that call, just to give an example, right? And then gather it, and then get a reporting done and show it to you. And that's the way I run the business. I just have information, and I act on the information I get from the software we use.
Wow. That to me is very valuable. Gerardo, how if people start liking this story that you're saying and the things that you offer, how do they help, and how they can reach you? And what is the best email or phone number they can reach you? Have a chat with you and see if they are a good fit for your team, and so that you can help them.
Absolutely. The best way to get a hold of me is Gerardo that Sosa that Flores at gmail.com. That is for sure the best way to get a hold of me. And you can also call me by phone, and which is the area code 503-7114-0701. You can give me a call. You can shoot me an email, and I'll be there. I'll make sure to get back to you if you cannot get me right away.
Okay. Well, yes, in case if you are attending other calls, they can leave a voicemail and then you return the email or voicemail right away when you get done with the other client. So, okay, Gerardo, it just popped in my head. Let's say, for example, can you be able to hire and fire people? That's one.
Yeah,
Can you,
absolutely.
how did that work in your side? I want to hear it.
Absolutely. That's a task I have done before. So, for example, just like I was saying before, I'm able to get information, right? So from the
Yep.
system, I can see for whatever let's start with a hire, okay? Let's start with a
Okay.
hire. So what I usually do is that you tell me what you need. You tell me what the requirements are, and I can go through different websites and where people have actually showed interest in working or probably are specialized in an area. So I will go by and see different prospects and I will present you those prospects. I will gather information about them. For example, if it is available, success rate, how many hours they have worked in that particular platform, or in where they live, because some companies do have specific requirements in terms of where this person lives, probably because of time zone, probably because of language benefits. For example, this company will probably benefit a lot from having people that speak Spanish. That's just an example. So I will look into all those facts and I will try to make a combination to find the people that will actually have those capabilities. So also the other way I've done it is that when people need someone and qualified or someone I know, since I already have experience working as an operations manager for this call center that I was telling you guys about, I can make recommendations or I can have those persons working on a specific project because I tend to know a lot of people. As I mentioned before, I used to manage up to 500 people. So that is the thing, that you get to know so many with so many great skills that might be very useful. For example, web designing, I will mean a web page designing, people that will know more about programming than I do. So those people, I will make, recommendations. I can get the job done. So that'll be the part for staffing. And I also know some methods of tracking work done to make sure deliverables. And I can, be the project manager on that side. And from the HR perspective or recruiting perspective, now when it comes to firing, I can either make recommendations of who is not delivering the proper results. But if I'm also given the authority to fire someone, I can certainly do it. Of course, that's not the fun part of the job, but at some point we have to do it indeed. So the example I can give you is that, again, since we are able to retrieve information out of the system, for example, this person logging in and out, punching in and out, I can see quality reports. If this person is not meeting the expectations, I mean, if I listen to calls, just to give another example from the call center side, or lateness from most businesses, right? Most businesses are going to be tracking lateness. Or just don't have the proper core values. I mean, that's extremely important. We can have a person performing just fine, but at the same time, he's affecting the team in other ways, like by their attitude, by creating trouble, making other people feel uncomfortable. So if that information can be retrieved from a system, I can actually make proper evaluations just by running formulas or by just personal perspective. And if that person is not a good fit for that company, I can just make a diplomatic way out for this person. Just let them know that they just don't meet, and we're going to pursue other applicants, and that's it. Let them go.
Wow, that is the part that I hate to do, and thank God that you're in our team. And you mentioned core values. I love that part. What is the core values? How do you identify the people by the core values? How does that work?
Okay. every single company will have their own core values or their code of conduct.
Mhm.
So usually, I mean, we know what we want, and every company is going to have their own core values. But just to give an example, we know that we want to have, for example, let's say this company wants a fun environment. This is one of the core values. Okay, we
Yep.
want a fun environment, so we want to make sure that people are actually, having fun, and at the same time, well, the most important part is that they are not affecting other people not having fun, so like making bad comments or being despective in a way. I mean, of course we don't want that, and that's not gonna help the team have fun. Probably they are, but the rest of the team is not. So that affects the environment, and that'll be some other conduct things. For example, using the proper language. I mean, if we get a complaint that a person is not using the proper language, I mean that can be, I mean, punished by the code of conduct of a company, right?
Yes.
So those are things I have to look into.
Wow. So basically, how do you let me ask you this other question too. Like, how do you start seeing like the way that they talk? How do you keep in touch? Can you explain to us? Because if you manage a lot of people, how did you how would you exercise to even keep in touch with the people?
Okay, so first of all, it's very important to me to have very good communication with the people I work with. That
Hmm.
is extremely important. So I have open communication methods like phone. Anybody can give me a call whenever a situation arises, or you can shoot me an email, or you can just text me via IM direct message, and I will follow up myself. For example, if it is something that has happened in a call, very likely we're going to have recordings that I can go back as long as I know the time, the date and time, or I can just do my research and try to find that. um, so that's one way. Let's say that the call is recorded. I can go ahead and look into the call and be very specific and say, "Hey, Alonso, I heard this person saying to the customer, and that, I don't know, this bad comment on minute 5, second 30 on the call that happened this day." And so the code of conduct says, we shall, I don't know, suspend this person. It really depends on the code of the company, right? How they want to manage it, and or just communicate with people. Of course, this is a sensitive topic because, I mean, if a person reaches out to you, doesn't necessarily mean, and tell you that somebody did something, it doesn't necessarily mean that this person did it, right? So I have to
Yeah.
be very open-minded. I have to reach out to the other person to understand the other half of the story, right? And see what's happened. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. So that's why it's so important. And you can imagine, being a business owner, probably this is not really what you want to be looking into yourself, because it's straining. It takes a lot of your energy to be dealing with people like this, and you want to grow your business, and you're stuck dealing with these
Yep.
situations. And that's why, a person like me might become a very good asset to help you, so you can really focus on what you really want to focus.
Exactly. That's totally right because this is, it takes a lot of time. It make you stress. You can think straight. You like now you worry about like the side of the manage the people. Now you wasting time to figure it out that instead of focus on what you really need to do, like bring more clients. How do you interact better with the clients? How you can offer better service or selling better products? So it's very important the to have a Gerardo in your team or a person like him so it can help you on that side. So with that said, Gerardo, how do you manage or how do you explain to people like let's say they have a inventory? How will you can you help him with that or you cannot help him with that?
Yeah, sure, sure. As long as there is a system, there should be a way. Okay. So for example, you might have this inventory system. So at some point, I will be again running reports with the information gathered in it, and seeing how it's fluctuating. So if I see that so many products are getting out of the inventory, and we need to reorder, I mean, I can see based on trends of how much of that product we are using. I mean, I can do that analysis. I can understand what's happening, what products we're using the most, which products we're not going to have to refill because we're not going to use it anymore. Probably we're going to be replacing this product with another one that's going to work best for us. So that's something I look into myself. And that's just because of systems we currently have, softwares that where we can put information in there. And if you don't have a software, that's okay. I mean, there's always a way because I mean there are different budgets, right, for different things. So a spreadsheet will do. I can handle that spreadsheet. I can see what products are coming in and out, which are the products that are working the best for us, and so on. So yeah, certainly that can be done.
Wow. So, guys, I'm telling you guys, you got to take advantage of Gerardo because he has a lot of potential to help you in your business, and you just got to let it give it a try, and he will show you what he got, and you really go and focus and trying to grow the business. Is that's what it really you need to be focused, and don't worry about put fires out. That's what I call them. Put in. I got to go check up there. I got to talk to this person. So it's really helpful to have a guy like Gerardo in your team. So Gerardo, I'm going to ask you this question: what make you to start doing your own entrepreneurial? What was the motivate you, or why did you do? Try. Why did you like to help people? Because it looks like you the helper, you the guard of other people. Like, okay, I can help you with this. What make you do that?
Okay, so I will say that this is something very likely I was born with. Although at the very beginning, when I was a child, probably like many childs in the world, I wanted to
Uh-huh.
be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, but at some
nice.
point, I actually changed to industrial engineering. And I think it was a very wide concept of what I could do with my industrial engineering studies. So I started working for Convergys, as I mentioned before. It was around 15, 16 years ago that I started working with them. And always in my heart, it was to build a business. After I started realizing that I was not a bad employee. I was doing things good. I was over exceeding expectations. And at some point I was like, okay, what if I build my own career path? Because as an employee, having a career path is different than being an entrepreneur. Although, I mean, it was very clear that it has a lot more risks being an entrepreneur and trying to grow your business yourself. But I was up to the challenge. I believe that's something you are probably born with. I'm pretty sure some people will be very, very motivated, probably by money, having this very nice idea of having a very nice car, having a very nice house, you know, being wealthy. And I believe, of course, we all love that part, having that financial freedom. And but at the same time, it's not only about money, but it's also about an idea of how you want to live your life, because this is not a 9 to 5 job. It's actually it's probably an all day long job, or probably sometimes you are able to take as much time off as you want, but that really depends on how things are going, right? How far ahead you are in your business, how how, how you have been able to change this from being self-employed to being a business owner, right? Which is a very two very different concepts.
If you're in the Michiana area and would like to have us put your business or story out there for everyone to hear, sign up at MichianaBusinessPodcast.com. Until next time, thanks for listening.